Morning guys, over at Golden Balls, Monday bank holiday. Expecting a little bit more stronger wind today, so I've come back from Wales and actually it feels pretty good. Idea today is not to go down because it's super hot. They're saying 30 degrees, so we're going to try and get a couple of hours in before it gets too warm. There's Brian getting his kit ready. Give me a wave, Brian. And there's Cass over there getting ready as well. See how we see if we can stay up. So this is about 9:30 now, and realistically we have 4 or 5 attempts of trying to launch and fly. A couple of times I land back on top, and then a couple of times I land the other side of the trees, which you'll see in the video. About 8 to 12 mile an hour wind on the hill, but absolute zero lift. Very, very strange conditions. I don't feel very good.
We're driving with the windows down, salt in my hair, sun on my crown, radio playing our favorite.
So it looks like now we're getting a little bit of height, but again it's just lift and then super sinky on the other side of it. So there's 3 of us on the hill now, and you'll see now as I start doing this beat, already I can feel that the lift is gone. Cass has made the decision early. He's going to land on top of Golden Ball, and Brian is going to land a little bit lower than Cass. So I'm sort of committed because I can't push too far left, as you can see there with Cass on my left. And then as I'm approaching the trees and the bushes, at one point I think I'm going to have to turn right and land down towards the bottom. Just get a tiny little bit of lift, and then I'm okay. I can land in the field next to the trees. First time I've worn shorts for a long time, and it just happens to be I landed all the thistles, which is fantastic first half hour of flying. So yeah, I'll know next time. Definitely be wearing trousers even in 30 degree heat. So you can see me watching Cass here. Cass seems to be getting lift to my left every time he beats up and down, and all I want to do really is fly back onto Golden Ball just so I can relax a little bit. So I think I'm in a little bit of lift here, and then again straight back into quite big sink. Cass is in the distance, just landing in the same thistles that I've just been in. Luckily he's got long trousers though, so I decide now to land next to Brian. We've all had these times. Andre turns up and we've all just been complaining about how crap it is. He sets his wing up, takes off, and you can just see the dot behind me then is about 2,000 foot. Straight into a thermal, all the way up, and then Cass launches, follows him up, and then I launch and get the back end of that thermal as well. So all of a sudden it starts probably about 10:15. So it's pretty much happening as we thought it was. The air would be cool in the morning, that sun warming it up, lots of thermal activity early on until it gets to that 26-27 degrees, and then when the air gets that hot it's just going to kill it off, which is exactly what happened really. So Glyn and Andre are at least 2,000 foot, I would imagine, and I find a lovely thermal just to the right of takeoff, just in that nice tight bowl. So I decided to stick with that, and I pretty much stick with it for about 4 or 5 minutes up to, well, over 2,000 foot. So we were having discussions about not wearing jackets on this flight, and we said though, you guarantee we'll get up to a couple of thousand foot, so we put them on. You'll notice there also that my pod has come under one of the clips, so I had to fix the pod, and then once I'd fixed that, sort the jacket out, zip it up so I could keep nice and warm. So that same thermal to the right of golden balls again in that bowl kicked off again, and it was definitely a more powerful thermal on this one, so yet again stayed with it and thought I'll take this right to the top, because that hopefully, if I don't go too far back, will allow me to push into those 2 fields out front, which must have been like radiators to be fair. So I stick with this one even longer.
Children do back porch swing creaking, dusk in your hair, bowl full of roadside fruit, love in the air, seat on the wooden floor, foot on the rail, you pull me close at midnight, whisper a tale, you taste like wild.
So I get to the top of that thermal, and you can see there, just take a potential collapse there. Wing went super light, no pressure on the toggles, and I think I managed to catch that quite safely. So the idea now is to push right to the front of these fields, and if the fields don't work, push left onto that what looks like a dirt track and a white barn. That always seems to work for me.
Dust on your sneakers, grass on the ground, plum juice on your lips, you spin me around, you say it's too sour.
So we pushed forward quite a lot here, so what we did is we tried to get to Martinsell, and when we got behind Martinsell there was massive sink. So far that Brian actually landed down there and then had to get back to Golden Balls. So I came back, and then I decided that was an hour. You could tell the conditions had changed, the thermals were very broken, the winds had picked up, and I saw Cass over near White Horse just in sync. So I had 2 options, try and get up to White Horse, or actually just try and land near the car park so I could get a cup of tea, or just go home, and I chose the option of just going home.
Just as plum. Dust on your sneakers, grass on the ground, plum juice on your lips, you spin me around. You say it's too sour, I say it's just wild. We swallow the pits like reckless children do. Back porch swing creaking, dusk in your hair, bowl full of roadside fruit, love in the air, seat on the wooden floor, foot on the rail, you pull me close at midnight, whisper a tale, you taste like wild plum, tangy sweet and wild as plum, running down my thumb, don't clean it, let it numb, if this is all we ever become, I'm okay with just this plum. Tastes like wild plum, tangy sweet and wild as plum, running down my thumb, don't clean it, let it numb, if this is all we ever become, I'm okay just as plump.
Typically when I try and come into land, there's a thermal, so what I do is I take that thermal and I follow it all the way behind Mill Kill Bowl, and then I was tempted there really to then jump across onto Tan Hill, but having looked at Cass, who was struggling out in front of Mill Kill White Horse, I think it was Alan Birtles on Tan Hill, but again not going anywhere, so I decided, you know what, actually I'll take it up to the back of the hill and then pretty much push forward to go land.
You taste like wild plum, tangy, sweet and wild as plum. Running down my thumb, don't clean it, let it numb. If this is all we ever become, I'm okay with.
So having took that thermal, I needed to lose height, so I pushed forward again into that re-entrant over the main road, and typically again there's a load of sparrows flying on the old fortress to my right hand side there, so I thought, being greedy, let's go see if I can get anything. So I actually pushed down to the end of the spur, there wasn't anything there, and then limped back and then came into land.
Yeah.
And then final consideration, just so no one messages and complains to me, was obviously the sheep in the farmers' fields. We've been asked just to avoid them, so I came and landed in the top corner of the field closest to the car park. The sheep were quite a long way behind me, so there was no sheep running around and affecting anything. But again, just being super careful not to frustrate or annoy the farmer. At this point now, you'll see there isn't a lot of flare for landing. The winds are actually doing probably 10 to 15 miles an hour. So yeah, I think it was time to land and have the best of it. As it says there, thanks for watching guys. Please do subscribe if this is your first video watching, because then it'll keep me making these videos. And hopefully see you on the hill. Thanks for watching.
Every show, you always play that role.